Hi there, and welcome back to our channel. My name is Helen.
I am Joseph,
and we are the Joe-Attahs. So we're still on our Q&A for singles. And this series has been interesting.
Yeah.
We've been answering questions that we've gotten from singles. So if you have any question that you want to ask, please shoot us a question in the comments or send an email to the email that you would see in the description box. So today's question, what's today's question?
All right, now today's question. This sister is seeing a guy, and this guy is sounding serious, and she's asking, I think she's, from her question here, she's older than him with a few years, and she's asking that his age, should age be a factor in considering your life partner? Is age important?
Okay.
And that's a question. So age.
This is a tricky
very question. Tricky question indeed.
Because we can say that age is just a number.
Yeah, absolutely.
However,
but
for me, I would say that age is important.
Yeah.
Because but again, it's not a straight it's not a straight jacket approach to
that's right.
To just answering the question. I wouldn't just say, oh, you're older than him, no, you can't marry him. No, you have to consider a couple of things. So
this is Africa. There are things that we take very seriously here in Africa, even though sometimes they don't really count. So for me, the first thing that you need to ask yourself, you are the lady, we have circumstances where the man is way older than the woman and the marriage works.
Yeah.
And because naturally the woman's position in the marriage makes it easier for it to work if the man is older.
Yeah.
Because she submits and defer to the man.
Yeah.
But when you are older than the man, the first question you will ask yourself is, can I submit to this man?
Exactly. Do I even though he's younger than me, do I respect him enough
to submit to him?
That
is the first question to ask, because every man loves to be respected, especially by their wives. So it is not in the marriage that you will say, is it because I marry you? Don't you know that I'm older than you? I'm my junior brother. So because of that, it will not work.
So I think really it even begins with you.
Exactly. So that's
the assessment.
Yes. So you are the one who take your time and ask. This guy is younger than me, but do I respect him enough to submit to him? Do I trust his judgment enough to provide leadership as the head of this family?
Yeah.
Will there be any point in time when I would want to, disobey him because of the consciousness of the fact that I'm older than him?
Yeah.
So these are the things this is where you start, from. Then another thing is, this guy is young. How mature is he?
Absolutely.
Yeah, because there are people who are young, but when it comes to handling issues, they are very mature, because probably their experience or background or training, they're exposed to things early, and they are mature at handling things. Like, you understand what we're saying? So that's the second thing to consider. How mature is the guy mentally? How does he think when we hold a conversation? How productive is he in terms of mature ideas?
How does he handle issues?
Then the last thing you should consider is that if people see you and him in public, knowing that you are older than him, how does it make you feel?
Yeah.
Do you feel comfortable?
Do you feel comfortable?
Yes. Do you feel comfortable with, can you tell boldly and proudly tell anyone your age in public when you're with him and you're comfortable about it? If you're okay with this and then he's fine, then of course, I think you're good to go. Yeah.
So there are people who could be older, but in terms of, should I say, appearance, in terms of, their physique, they tend to appear younger. So in that case, for me, I would say age is just a number.
That's right.
If you're together, does it feel like this person is older than you? If it doesn't feel like it, and if it also doesn't look like it, then personally, I would say age is just a number. Please go ahead. Right? There's also the aspect of the age range. So, for me, marrying someone like more than 10 years your age is like marrying a different generation.
That's right. That's a whole decade.
That's a whole decade. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with that.
That's right.
However, you have to look at, okay, since we are decades apart, because the way Gen Zs think is different from how millennials think. And then there is Gen
Alpha.
Gen Alpha.
That's right.
So imagine a millennial marrying a Gen Alpha. That's like two generations apart,
That's right.
their thinking is completely different, So is it easy to blend with this person? Our ideologies, are they the same? The way we think, the way we respond to issues, does it, won't there be conflict?
That's right.
So you have to think of, those kind of things too, because they absolutely, if you're marrying someone that you're just worlds apart, the person is thinking like ancient of days, and then you're thinking, and then you're thinking like a Gen Z or a Gen Alpha, you just know that, leave spirituality aside, there will be issues.
Yeah.
You will disagree over everything because your way of thinking is too, your way of thinking does not have to be exactly the same.
Yeah.
But if it's too far apart, there will be issues.
Yeah.
So for me, that's another thing to consider, right? Another thing to consider also is, should I say, the other person's side. If you're the lady and you are older, then is his family aware of your age? What's, how are they responding to him wanting to marry a lady that is older? You can, in Africa, except you don't live in Africa, or you live in Africa, but the person is not a family, like the family is not a close knit family, so they don't really have much influence over him. But if it's that kind of family that has an influence on him, be sure that there will be issues.
Definitely.
Because the family would, have a say in the matter, like it or not. They might not stop him, but they might make life difficult for you if they have an opposing view.
Okay.
So those are the things I feel should be considered before you decide if you should go ahead with marrying someone that.
Because like it or not, it depends. It boils down to you. It boils down to you as a person. Yes.
Yeah.
So once these three are in place, then you're good to go.
Yeah.
That is when age become a number, like she said. But if these things are not well factored, then age will become a factor. And if age is a factor, it will disrupt
to affect things.
To affect a lot of things.
Yeah. So ideally, age is actually
a number.
And it shouldn't be a challenge. But then you now have to look at these other things that I talked about and decide for yourself. So I think it boils
that's right to you. So now, thankfully, this was a lady. So you watching it, maybe this may be you're in a similar situation.
Yeah.
Weigh this option and then do a assessment. Consider his reaction. You may be saying, I don't care, but what about you?
Yeah.
Do you care or don't you care?
Yeah.
If it's okay, and then of course. All right, so
amazing. So thank you for watching. Like we said again, please subscribe if you haven't. Turn on the notification and also share this video with a friend. Thank you and see you
again
in our next
video. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.